first of all, what do you think occult is? The definition of it.
Well, to me, I believe that the occult is fundamentally an attempt to reach a sort of understanding of psychology and science through methodologies of religion. It's
Hmm.
an attempt to really apply the techniques of science to those of religious, or spiritual, growth. But it's an attempt to reach transcendence, or overcoming oneself or nature, instead of an attempt to reach purity, sanctity, or righteousness.
Hmm.
At the bottom, really, it's an attempt to basically apply the methodology of science to religion itself. And there you could see why it's become so popular, because you know in our world there's a concerted sort of suspicion about both science and religion at this point, right?
Right. Definitely. It's like, who do we trust? Who do we trust? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And what do you think came first, the chicken or the egg, in terms of this? That's a question I hear a lot in your broadcast. Like, when we come around that, we're knocking these questions around, and it's like, what came first, a cult or the cult or science itself?
Well, I believe that the occult is really the last in line of a series of experimentations. The first being the combination of art and religion, which is basically paganism, right?
Hmm.
Expanded beyond that, it's an attempt to find through when these religious laws or arts are then subjected to I guess reason or rationality, right? They become philosophy, right? So there's a god of the philosophers, right? The first
Right.
philosophers, they were against religion, right?
Hmm.
Like Plato was against Homer, right?
Hmm.
Essentially, he was trying to reach a step beyond Homer, to find that reason is actually transcendental. And the way they did this was by ascribing laws to nature. And they said these laws could only be discerned through human reason. And this is when essentially you have the idea that you don't actually need human reason in order to get to the laws either. All you have to do is just observe nature, right? So then what happens is that philosophy soon degrades into science, right?
Hmm.
So it goes, religion degrades into philosophy, philosophy degrades into science. Then the attempt to reverse this process, apply science to philosophy, and then philosophy to religion. That's where both
Reverse.
of them, you know?
Wow, that's reverse engineering. I mean, usually we only
Oh
hear
yeah.
that in terms of, like, alien technology that we took back, and then trying to figure out what happened. But that's a really nice way of looking at it right there. Because, like, these philosophical concepts, they do seem to challenge traditional scientific thinking too, when we're reverse engineering them right now. And so, do you think that the mysteries and esoteric knowledges of the occult stimulate intellectual curiosity during this reverse engineering?
Well, yes, I think that insofar as what I often say is that the occultists are, they're bad theologists, they're second-rate philosophers, but they're right about science, right? So,
Right, right.
right. So ultimately,
They got one part
you
right.
have to, right. They got one part right, which is that
Yeah,
scientists are dolts, which
yeah.
but everything, so in other words, they're not brute material. They haven't fallen to brute materialism, which, as I tried to explain on my show, that's really the people who created science don't believe in it themselves. It's like the lesser gods they give to the people.
Right.
Yo, Ocean. What's next? What's next? What's next?